Hey guys, it's Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield and McCoy Museum in Liberty, Kentucky. We came down today. We got some people that was coming through, passing through, and was wanting to stop and see the museum. So we came down here for that. But we had a couple of things we want to talk about while we was at it. We started talking about it when we was fishing yesterday and caught that fish and forgot all about it. We changed some buttons on our website. When you go to the donation page, if you want to buy one of the sponsor one of the display cases, right up here's one. This is a blank one. And if you're thinking about sponsoring one of them, they're $100. Of course, the last July of every year, you get to bring you and 5 members of whoever you want to for free.
Last Sunday in July.
Last Sunday in July every year. And it gives you a lifetime membership. Come as many times as you want to the museum, never pay again. But the tax people, we were going to try to go 501c, which is nonprofit or charitable or whatever it is. And of course, according to the tax people, it gives you, lets you apply for more grants and do different things. But that ain't us. It's whatever we make on this, no doubt it's going to go back into the building, the structure, and more artifacts and memorabilia. That's what Sheila and I have done for 38 years. We've taken our retirements, both of our retirements, and invested them throughout the years. Buying this stuff as people died off or got sick or whatever, we would buy some of the family heirlooms. And that's how we've accumulated so much, along with what my grandmother had and what she left my mom and dad, and what dad passed away, and then what mom's left the rest of the family now. So, but if you want to do a donation, that's fine, but understand it's appreciated, first of all, but second of all, it's not tax exempt. We're not a 501c. Sorry. So you can't claim it on your taxes. It's just out of the goodness of your heart, and we appreciate it. If you want to sponsor a display case, that's fine, because we pay taxes on that. That's an income for us since we're not a 501c. But we have changed and added a different button on the website now, where it used to be it said donation for a display. It's not a donation. We actually have to pay taxes on that, and that's okay. The second thing I want to talk about, we mention different things sometimes that we've heard, and especially from the West Virginia Hatfield family. And I don't want to think, maybe I need to clarify things. Sheila gets on to me, and then we get emails from other people. That's good. West Virginia. We got a thing downstairs. In fact, we may go down there
in a little bit.
In a minute. We probably won't, but by the time I get down the stairs. But we've got a board downstairs, and that just came to me when we was talking of George House, and his mother was his great grandmother was Devil Ance's daughter. And good gentleman. He lives right there near the family cemetery. But he actually owns the property directly across. If you come off Devil Ance's cemetery, directly across the road over here, he owns that. And he was there working one day when Sheila and I came off the hill from video and up on the cemetery. And extra nice gentleman, West Virginia Hatfield. And in fact, we fixed a board downstairs of him and his family and his great grandmother and so forth. Just to have in the museum to honor him and his great-grandmother. And so when we talk about West Virginia, when I talk about West Virginia Hatfields, I don't mean all West Virginia Hatfields. When I talk about Kentucky McCoy's been the best thing since peanut butter, I don't mean all of them, because again, Alan Hatfield lived down at Buskirk. And to me, Alan was not an honorable person, because he shot Hubert Bay in the back and killed him. So we've got good and bad on both sides. Let me clear that up. I just say, when I'm talking about the West Virginia Hatfields, I'm mainly talking about the West Virginia Hatfields of that day, of Devil Ance's time. I don't clarify that sometimes. Shucks, sometimes I get mixed up on the names of my own people. So
That's all right.
how's that go? Quit covering for me. I tell her all the time, quit covering. But I did want to clarify that. Now, I want to clarify this because we were talking the other day about family and who's related to who, and without getting on the DNA stuff, which I'm going to get on it, but not on Devil Lance's side mainly, but on the McCoy side. You know, I've had a DNA. You can go to Ancestry.com, and I think that anybody, McCoy, Ron McCoy, anybody that represents the Pike County tourism as signifying themselves as a Hatfield or a McCoy descendant, anybody that's wrote a Hatfield McCoy book that's claiming to be descendants of the famous feuding Hatfields and McCoys from Mingo, Logan, and Pike County, I think we all should be held to a higher standard. I think we all should be required or voluntarily take a DNA test to show our relation. So people can log on, they can look and see if I'm really related to Preacher Ance Hatfield. If Nancy Hatfield was really my great-grandmother. If Asa McCoy was really my great-grandfather. Let's put it out there. Put it out there where people can see. Because a lot of people says they're related. You know, there's one gentleman, I'm not going to get into names. She gets on to me. She's giving me a thumbs up. I'm not getting this.
No, you're getting a thumbs up. That's good.
And I'm not going to get into names, but there's one gentleman for years has claimed to be a descendant of Devil Lance Hatfield's line. He's always showing a picture of Devil Lance. He's not. He's actually a descendant of Preacher Ance Hatfield. He is a descendant. If the bloodline, if the DNA is correct, if somebody's not being adopted, if somebody's not fooled around on somebody, you know, there's certain things. When you run a DNA test, you risk that. It makes you think when you put that swab in your mouth or spit in the spittoon and you do all this and that, you send it off. Is it going to come back like it's supposed to? I know what Mom and Dad said. I know what Mom and Paul said, but is it going to come back? Well, mine did, and thank the Lord. But I can understand people out there being concerned. But it's not only the Hatfields, and you know, even through Ellison Hatfield, through any of these brothers of Devil Lances and so forth, that's just going to give more. If people would start trying to help with the DNA and help with the lineage, and let's see who's actually related to who. Let's see who was married or had affairs with their cousins. We know not Devil Lance, but we know that Randall McCoy and Sarah was first cousins. We know that. That would show up in Ron McCoy's line. If Ron McCoy is a direct descendant, like he says, then that's going to show up. Just like it's going to show up in Ellison Hatfield's line, or Cotton Tops, or Cap Hatfield and Nancy. There's several. And it would be good, and we've probably lost half the viewers right now, because unless you're a Hatfield or a McCoy, you may not be listening to this. And then again, there may be the one or two of you out there that's into that DNA, and really, I think it would be honorable of all of us if we allege to be related to the famous feuding families. Let's do what's right, and let's take a DNA so all can see our lineage. And before we represent a certain tourism, before we say that we're related to this one or that one, it may make us think twice. I see all kinds of articles. I see all kinds of things on Facebook and different things. In fact, I got one on my phone there. We're going to close this video out in a minute. I'm going to make one more video I just thought of. I saw.
Okay.
And I took a picture of last night. And I've seen it many a time. And I've seen it in a certain author's book many a times. And, and you know, some of these authors, that's the funny thing. A lot of you people may not know that some of these authors and these so-called historians and people, they actually have 2 or 3 Facebook pages, and their friends, they actually have 2 or 3, and they get on these Facebook pages. Unlike me, I just get on there as Fred McCoy, and when you kick me off, I'm off. But I speak my piece and speak the truth, and if you don't want to hear it, then they kick me off. That's fine. But some of these guys that's on there is not actually who they say they are. They've got a name there that says they're so-and-so, That's not who they are. That's actually somebody else. That's their ghost name that they're talking under, and then they'll go to another account and agree with the. It's funny, but when you're retired, I guess you can do things like that when you sit around and. Anyway, this is Fred and Sheila McCoy with the Hatfield McCoy Museum. We're in Liberty, Kentucky today, and other than that, we'll talk to you next time.
Okay, thanks.
No.
Hi, guys. Good morning. I hope you're having a great morning. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, guys.